For those that don't know, Aaron Murray has been John the Baptist to Stetson Bennett's Jesus. If you follow Aaron on any social media, chances are you have seen some video of him evangelizing the good word of Stequavius, reading from the book, telling you that he is the greatest Georgia Bulldog to ever walk the earth. Well, then why, when Aaron was at the Lake Oconee grocery store the other day, were all the moms around talking about how they didn't like that? I don't like this Stetson. Okay, I'm upset with him. I don't know why he has to be the way that he is. Why? What in the world could have caused Georgia Bulldog fans to turn a bit on the man who just brought them 2 championships, Aaron?
Well, I wonder.
Here is Stetson Bennett when asked a very simple question by DJ Shockley. Shout out DJ Shockley, legend if you're our age. He asked a very simple question by DJ Shockley at the championship parade. And keep in mind, there is not an easier crowd in the country, an easier room to work in the world than the crowd that shows up for a championship parade. Here's what Stetson Bennett had to say.
Stet, obviously, everybody knows your story. Everybody knows you came back this year. But when you look back on your career, you look back on this journey, what would be the thing you'd be most proud of as a dog?
Even that move has a lot of FU in it.
Yeah, Chuck, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be most proud of. I keep trying to tell people I just did what I thought was right every day. And if you think you should do that, then what? I think everybody should do it. The thing I'm going to be most proud of. Look at him. Man, y'all burn us. Y'all kept telling us how bad we were, and
they're so bad this year. So bad.
And we kept winning, and we kept embarrassing people. But y'all had other storylines, and it was 49-3, and it was, 65-7. It was everything, and y'all didn't want to believe it because you didn't. That makes no sense to me. Hey, but screw it. We got 2 rings, man.
No doubt.
Oh my God, dude. It was the simplest question of all time. What's your favorite memory of Georgia?
You could have had 60,000 people go bonkers with just he could have just got up to the stage and just said, screw Alabama, and everyone would have gone nuts. That's all he had to say. Something like that simple. And I mean, it was just a whole day. I get it. Put myself in his shoes. It has been, I've said this before, no one has been through what Stetson's been through from a quarterback. Shock was loved, and Greeny was loved, and Stafford was loved, and I was loved, and Fromm was loved. And everyone was fully 100% from day one that we were announced starting quarterback. Hell yeah, we got our guy. Let's go. And Stetson's had, it's one of the most unique journeys as we know of anyone. And he's had to battle the narrative. He's had to battle the fan base. He's had to battle this, not wanting him to be starting quarterback. And I think we all have to understand, yes, the negative people are always the loudest. The majority of the people were still in favor of Stetson, especially after last year. And those that were in the stadium, I guarantee you, all of them have loved Stetson for a long, long time. That was not the crowd that you should have been getting after. If anyone, you should have been getting after the people sitting at home, on their Twitter, making up nonsense stuff. So to me, just wasn't the time and place. Once again, I get the frustration from him. But that was really a moment for me that he could have really, been the bigger man, because that's what in that situation you have to be. You have to be the bigger man. And I know it's tough, and I know you want to give it to the man and let him know that, hey, I did this without your support, and I did it in spite of you, and this, that, and the other. But why? In that moment, it should be you know what? I had a great time. I know that I might not have been your guy from day one, but I am, and I did it, and we had fun. We won 2 natties. We slayed the Alabama Dragon. We got 2 rings. It's been special. I love my teammates. Go Dogs, and y'all boys run it back next year. Boom, done. You're over. And instead, man, there's a lot of negativity in the state of Georgia right now for a moment that could have been special. Kind of left a lot of people sour, honestly.
I mean, Blake Walters nailed it. He said, could have just said, winning the 2 natties with my boys for the best fan base. Like, easy answer. Like, it is literally that easy. Crowd goes crazy, you're a legend. But the reason why I gave that maniacal laugh here, Aaron, this is your reality now. You've won back-to-back national championships. You've supplanted Saban and Alabama. You have no dragons left to slay, no goals to chase. You sit here on the summit. What happens when you sit here on the summit? What happens when you no longer have any external enemies? Okay, it starts to turn internal, and that's exactly what's going on right now. I only say this because I know many Alabama fans very well. Many of my best friends from high school went to Alabama, the massive Alabama fans. I'm in friends groups with them, so I've seen them behave over the last decade of the Alabama dynasty. And what I've seen is a team that, despite the fact that they're almost constantly winning SEC championships, constantly playing for and or winning national championships, winning at least 10, 11, 12 games a year, I've seen a fan base that is ready to fire the coordinator after every single game. I've seen a fan base that tried to tell me that Jalen Hurts was a garbage quarterback that would never be a success in the NFL and wasn't even good in college. I've seen a fan base that, name the coach, the player. That the point is, you are starting to see exactly what I'm constantly warning Georgia fans about when you talk about living long enough to become the villain.
Yep.
Because the bottom line is, like Stetson's talking about there, when you beat teams 49-3 2 years in a row, the first year, great. You're on the come up. It's all rise. It's all good. You're golden. But now you've proved that you can win those 2 championships. And as this continues, the media cycle, fans, people need things to talk about. Okay. And all of a sudden, being that perfect, being that great, it's no longer exciting. It's the expectation. It's the norm. So when you fall short of that very lofty norm, which is all too easy, vitriol is created, and sometimes created out of the most ridiculous type of situation. So, yeah, get ready. I mean, this is exactly what you have to look forward to, is winning games, 40-3 and being upset because it took them a little bit to get going. Like, why did it take until the end of the second quarter to really find the offensive flow?
Yeah.
Like, do you know how annoying it is? And that's what Stetson's talking about there. Do you know how annoying it is as a player when you're going out there and you're just beating the hell out of everyone, and those are the type of questions that you're getting asked about after the game? And as we all know, negative stuff sticks with you. Positive stuff is what it is, kind of rolls off your back. One negative comment equals about 10 positive or whatever. So I don't think this is changing anytime soon.
No, and I get what you're saying. I just want to know where Kirby got these messages to tell his team yes, there's always gonna be ways to nitpicky, but I think the majority of people may say, "Oh, this could be better. This could be better." Yeah, you get into the weeds, but no one was saying this was gonna be a 7-5 team. No one was saying that this team wasn't going to be in Atlanta. Everyone knew Georgia was going to be in the SEC championship game. And then from there, it's kind of you win that game, we all know you're going to be in the playoffs. And the year before you lost it, we're still in the playoffs. There's a difference between getting, like I said, into the weeds of this could have been better, tweak here. We're a little bit unhappy that we didn't win the way we thought we should have won. I get that sense of entitlement, but I just want to know what was said from Kirby that turned everyone on that football team's heart to stone, where they felt like everyone was against them. Because it was I've talked to multiple guys, and Stetson was a great example. They're they truly believed that somehow everyone thought that they were going to be 7-5 this year. And I'm not one single person said that. No one said that.
It's he created
great
a monster.
propaganda. Great propaganda.
A cold-hearted Murray. And look, at the end of the day, too, a lot of it is Kirby, but also some of it's more legit than we probably want to give credence to, because these players are on social media, and we all know. But you nailed it earlier on AMP, Aaron. The people talking crap to you on social media are not the people in that stadium for the national championship, right? So you're kind of going after the wrong people there, and you're kind of giving power to the people that kind of matter the least. But again, the thing you can't ignore here, and I hate the media as if it's all some sort of single entity built on starting shit. But this is entertainment, what we do, okay? And what most sports, even journalists do. It's entertainment at the end of the day, and you need something to talk about. And when you beat the hell out of everyone, again, you're going to go searching for things to talk about. And what it means is having to find critiques where you never would have found them previously. I mentioned to you that, yeah, this SEC Media Days, fresh off being the MVP of a semifinal and national championship game, I had a big time Georgia beat writer on our show talking about and basically intimating, like, I don't know, Stetson Bennett, I don't know if he's going to start, dude. He's being pushed. They got some good quarterbacks, and basically saying, yeah, he's not good enough. So like that's only going to continue. So I guess if you are a Georgia fan, you should be very excited because Kirby Smart's going to continue to have ammo with which to work in order to get these teams to have that hard hard heart going forward. But hey, it wins. So it is what it is, dude.
It wins.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll take two natties just for maybe a little bit of a soured parade moment there. Though I saw earlier when we watched this clip, Aaron had real sadness in his eyes. He was really very terribly upset. He looked like he was on the verge.
And
of tears.
this will not change my thoughts of Stetson. Like, I respect him so much and what he's done and accomplished. Like, he's still, to me, the greatest of all time at Georgia. But I will say, as someone who played the position and tried to engage as much as I can with the community, because they do support you. I mean, it was cold. Like, those fans showed up, hours ahead. They came to games. They traveled to LA. Like, they support this football team just like they support every other football team before, and will continue to support. And I was always very appreciative of that, and it's paid off pretty well for me in my post NFL career. Yeah. And not saying that all of a sudden Stetson's not going to get any deals or doors aren't going to be open to Stetson, but there are going to be some doors that may now have been shut or be a little bit harder to open. Not all of them, but some.
Good luck going to the Lake Oconee Bible study, okay? Because Miss Patty ain't inviting you, Stead.